So, easy seated position. Start by closing your eyes, taking a deep inhale in your nose to the bottoms of your lungs, breathing deeply, exhaling slowly. Bringing your awareness to your breath, to the weight of your body on the floor. Exhaling slowly, releasing your thoughts of the day, either the ones that came with you or the ones for the future. See if you can bring yourself into this moment. Just feel your hips as you're sitting there. See how they feel before the practice, and we can compare them to how they feel after the practice. So we're going to start by just bringing your legs out in front of you, your feet flat and your knees bent. You can bring your arms behind you to help support your back. And we're just going to start to slowly windmill your feet. So take your knee out to the side, bring it up, slowly take the other knee to the side. Just back and forth. Once one comes up, gently bring the other one down. Feel how your movement is in your hips. It's a great way to make an assessment of where you're tight, where you might need a little bit extra movement. Beautiful. Just back and forth, gently letting your knees move slowly along with your breath. We'll go one more time to each side. And then we're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together. We'd start out with that cobbler's pose, the one you know I love because I do it all the time. So the goal in cobbler's pose is to have a straight spine that is at ease, bringing the bottoms of your feet together and letting your knees drop down towards the floor. If it feels like your back is rounded or you're struggling to sit up at ease, take your feet and slide them further away from you. Or take a block or pillow and sit up on it. Either way takes the tension out of the back, and that's what our goal is here. Closing your eyes. If you'd like, you can take your feet and open them up like a book so you're looking at the bottoms of your feet. That just stretches some of the tendons and ligaments on the outside of your ankle. Lengthen your spine, and with an exhale, gently try to push your knees down towards the floor. You can use your hands or your arms resting on your knees, just letting the weight of those help push you down. Or you can just butterfly them, just gently bouncing your knees. You can stay right where you are, or as you exhale, you can begin to fold forward. You're trying to keep your spine straight, so you're bringing your belly towards the feet, lengthening through your spine, reaching your head out, and with an exhale, falling further forward if it's available to you. Give your body a moment to open. With each exhale, melt into the pose. Imagine yourself breathing deeply into any area that feels tight to you, expanding it with your breath. And as you exhale, imagine yourself releasing tension or trying or effort. For one more deep inhale. And then slowly, unfolding if you're bent forward. We're going to take your left hand and hold your right ankle right in that hand. Gently begin to rock that leg back and forth in front of you. Remember to try and keep that tall and straight spine. And see if you can bring it up a little bit higher without sacrificing a spine at ease. If you'd like, you can take that right ankle and put it into the bend of your left elbow, bringing it up higher, bringing it closer to your chest. And breathe. No pinching, no pain. Slowly lowering that leg all the way to the ground and taking the other. Right hand holds onto the left ankle. Left hand holds onto the left knee. Gently start to rock that knee back and forth. Breathing deeply into your belly. Exhaling slowly. If you want to take it up a little bit, that's perfectly fine, or even take that left ankle and put it in the bend of your right knee, bringing that calf towards your chest, rocking it gently back and forth, breathing deeply. and then slowly release it. So what we're going to try and do is a log pose. So you're bringing the shin of your right leg right along the line of your mat, a nice straight line. So instead of bringing the foot in towards the thigh, then you're going to take your left ankle and place it right on top of your right knee, trying to stack your knees, one right on top of the other, but in a straight line. So normally, ankles pulled up towards the crease of our thighs. You're going to have your ankle and your knee stacked one on top of the other. Your knee may touch, your left knee may touch your right foot, or it may not. That's perfectly fine. The goal is to find ease in your pose and then breathe. Breathe into the air as it feels tight or restricted. As you exhale, slowly release. Release tension, release trying, release effort. Take a deep inhale, lengthen, and either stay right where you are, still trying to melt into the pose, or fold forward if that's available to you. Try to keep your spine long. Exhaling forward, feel those hips. No pinching, no pain. Breathe into them, expanding them with your breath. Exhaling slowly. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly begin to unfold. We're just going to take it to the opposite side. So now your left leg comes down. The shin in line, horizontal, perpendicular. We're using all kind of mathematical phrases. Perpendicular with the edge of your mat. So that shin goes right along that line. Your right ankle comes to rest on top of your left knee, trying to keep your shin right in line with the end of your mat. You may find that it's tighter on one side. I'm definitely tighter in this right hip. There's this big space, but that's okay. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for the journey, trying to get that muscle to relax. So I'm just going to let the weight of my right arm just rest on top of that knee. I'm going to close my eyes and breathe into that right hip. Imagine that it's expanding with the breath and releasing with the exhale. I was going to say no sugar. No pinching and no pain. Exhaling, slowly melting, staying right where you are or folding forward, finding the depth of your stretch. Breathe. No struggles, no strains. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then if you're folded forward, just slowly unfold. So you have your legs stacked, your right one on top of your left. Just take your right foot and bring it to the outside of your left knee. So now that right knee is pointed straight up in the sky. We're going to take your left arm forward and then wrap it around that knee and just draw it into your chest. Breathing deeply into the belly, into the chest. Exhaling, melting. Taking your right arm and inhaling it up to the ceiling, reach for the sky, create space. As you exhale, bring that hand to the floor behind you and push down into that arm to help lengthen your spine. Breathe. No struggles and no strains. Close your eyes and bring yourself to this moment, the awareness of the stretch or the depth of your breath. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then bring your chest back to the front. So now you have options. You can either take both arms and wrap them around that knee, drop your chin and down to your chest, or try to bring your knees one on top of the other stacked. So if you have your knees stacked like this, make sure that you have equal weight in your sit bones. You may be able to get almost there, but it feels like tension. Sit up on a block, sit up on a pillow, something to elevate your hips. Stay right there, or with an exhale, fold forward over the knees. Wherever you are, find your breath. Breathe deeply into the very bottom of your lungs so that you feel the belly expanding, melting with an exhale. No struggles and no strains. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. Your arms to help push you back up if you folded forward. So we're going to switch it to the other side. You can go the easy way or the fancy way. If you want to go fancy, take your hands both over to the left-hand side, plant them into the floor, and then push down, taking yourself to a wide angle down dog, and then all the way to the other side. Ha ha. Or you can just bring your left leg on top of your right with the foot flat on the floor, wrapping your right knee around it. Whatever way you get there is perfectly fine. So we're going to end, we want to be in a position with your right foot flat, your left foot flat, your left knee pointing straight up. Your right elbow is wrapped around that left knee, pulling your chest into it, lengthening as you inhale, the arm to the sky, and exhale to the floor behind you. Pushing down into the floor, looking over your left shoulder, breathing into the areas that feel tight or restricted. If it bothers your neck to look over that left shoulder, just look straight ahead. That's really of little consequence. Be aware and make decisions based on what your body feels like. No struggle and no strain. And breathe. Deep into your belly, lengthening your spine. Create space. See if you can rotate just a little further. We'll hold for one more deep inhale and one more slow exhale. And then gently bring your chest back to the front. You have your options here. Either take both arms, wrap them around that left knee and draw your chin down towards your chest, or bring your knees stacked, one on top of the other. Both hip bones flat down to the ground. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. If folding forward causes pain or distress in the joint, just sit up straight. Sit up on a block, sit up on a pillow. Find ease. Breathing deep into your belly, exhaling slowly. Feel those hips. Exhale slowly. And then gently, slowly push yourself easy seated position. Your hands come to the back, your fingers pointing forward. Lift your legs and separate them. Slowly lower them to the ground. Push down into the floor with your hands to help lengthen your spine. Pull the toes back. Back of your knees down into the floor. Inhale, lengthening your arms to the sky. Shoulder blades stay down and away from your ears. Exhale, just fall halfway forward so that your fingers are pointing to where the wall meets the ceiling. As you inhale, reach out through your fingertips. As you exhale, fold forward, bringing your hands to the bottoms of your feet or to your calves or your thighs, wherever they find themselves, without struggle, without strain. Look down and make sure your kneecaps are pointed straight up towards the sky, and then gently push the back of your knees down into the floor, and that will help release that stretch for you. With each inhale, lengthen your spine, create space, so that as you exhale, you might fold further forward, if it's available to you, without struggle, without strain. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then we're going to take both hands or your strap to the bottom of your right foot. And as you come up, bring that right foot up with you. Slowly start to bend the knee and pull it into your chest. Your shoulders away from your ears. Your left leg stays active, the toes pulled back, the heel reaching forward. Lengthen and breathe. Feel that lengthening of your spine as you exhale, pull that into your chest. And then straighten it back out. Slowly lower it back down to the ground. Hands separate. Right hand on right foot, left hand on left foot or ankle or calf. Lengthen your spine with an inhale. As you exhale, fold further forward. And then take both hands over to your left foot or use the strap wrapped around the bottom of your left foot. With an exhale, gently bring that leg up. Shoulder blades away from your ears and then bend. Shoulder blades down, lift your chest. Just feel that hip gently opening as you pull it deeper into your chest. Breathe. And then straighten the leg out. Fold forward. Separate your hands, right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe. Slowly unfolding, bringing your spine back up to straight and tall. Slowly bending your knees and bringing it back into cobbler's pose. See if you feel it's a little bit easier now after we've opened those hips a little bit. Don't try to push anything, don't try to force anything. Breathe. Exhale, fold forward if it's available to you. No struggles and no strains. Each inhale lengthens your spine. Each exhale allows you to fold a little further forward if it's available to you. Breathe. Slowly unfolding. Grabbing onto the big toe of your right foot with the first two fingers of your right hand or with a strap. And as you exhale, straighten that right leg out to the side. Squeeze it tight and keep that shoulder down and away from your ear. Lift your chest. Feel the strength of the pose. Feel the stretch in that hamstring. And then bring the big toe side of that foot to the floor. So your left foot's going to rest right on top of your right thigh. The big toe side of your right foot is down flat to the floor. Push down into your knees with an inhale. With an exhale, turn to your left. Pushing down into your hands helps create space so you can stay right there where you are, or with an exhale, come down to your elbows. And breathe. Deep into your belly, exhaling slowly. No pinching, no pain. Stay right there where you are, or with an exhale, come all the way down to your chest. Wherever you are, find an expression of the pose you can hold with ease, where you can bring all of your focus and attention back to the depth of your breath, with a feeling of the stretch. No struggles and no strains. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then begin to use your arms to help you come back up. Bringing yourself back into cobbler's pose, lengthening the spine, staying straight up, gently pushing your knees down or folding forward. Slowly coming back up. Grabbing the big toes of your left foot with the first two fingers of your left hand or with your strap, straighten that left leg out and breathe. Lift your chest, lengthen your spine, squeeze your quad, and then bring the big toe side of your left foot to the floor. Bring your right foot just to rest on top of that left thigh. Push down into your hands to lengthen, and with an exhale, turn to your right. Pushing down into the floor helps to lengthen your spine, helps to create space. So you can stay here, or with an exhale, come down to your elbows. Stay here, or on your exhale, drop all the way down to your chest. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly begin to use your arms to press yourself back up to a tall seated position, bringing yourself back into one more cobbler's pose. Lengthening your spine, creating space, exhaling, falling forward if it's available to you. Breathing. Slowly unfolding, bringing your hands to the floor behind you, lift your legs, straighten them out, pull them down. Inhale your arms to the ceiling, shoulder blades down to your back. Exhale, fold forward. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Kneecaps pointing straight up. Grab the big toe side of the right foot with the first two fingers of your right hand. As you exhale, bring yourself up. Use your strap if you'd like. Bend that knee and bring your right ankle to rest right up top of your left knee. Your hands come behind you. So you can stay just like this. You're getting a very light stretch of your piriformis. Or bend your left knee and bring it in towards your hips. You can walk your bottom towards your hips. You can turn your fingers to point behind you. A deep stretch of that right hip. Close your eyes, lift your chest. Bring all of your attention and focus to the areas that feel tight or restricted, and as you exhale, see if you can release any tension, any effort, any trying. Stay right here or walk your hands back behind you a little further, and on an exhale, lift your hips from the floor for a figure 4 bridge. You can stay there or lift your left heel from the floor. Lola. Slowly drop your hips to the floor. Lola has demanded to be heard. Somebody's walking a dog by. Slowly bring yourself back down, straightening out both legs. Lola. Lola. You have to make an appearance here. You let everybody know you're here. Legs are straight, toes are pulled back. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Bringing your hands to the bottoms of your feet. If you can reach it, use your strap. If you can't, push the backs of your knees down, fold forward, and breathe. Grabbing onto the left big toe with the first two fingers of your left hand. As you exhale, bring it up. Squeeze it tight and feel that stretch. And then bend the knee so that your left ankle comes to rest just above your right knee. You're a good guard dog. So you can stay right there. You're getting the stretch of that left hip, where you can bring your hands behind you, bend your right knee, feel that stretch, walk your hips closer if you'd like. Try to keep your spine at ease, so lift your chest and lengthen. Close your eyes and breathe in the areas that feel tight or restricted. Be gentle with yourself. Allow your body to open in its time, in cooperation with your breath, in cooperation with your intention. Stay right here or walk your hands back behind you, and on an exhale, lift your hips from the ground, figure 4 bridge. Stay here or lift your right heel from the floor, and then drop the heel to the floor. Drop your hips to the floor, straighten out both legs. One more forward fold, so legs out straight, toes pulled up and back, arms lifting to the sky, exhaling, folding forward. And breathing. Deep inhales, slow exhales. Slowly unfolding, bending your knees, crossing at your ankles. Let's just do a modified child's pose here. So pulling your knees into your chest, dropping your chin down, taking a deep breath so you feel the rib cage expand out to the side, out to the back. Let your head drop down and just breathe for a moment. So when we do child pose, if we do child pose, this is a modification. So if it's uncomfortable for you or your knees to be able to get down with your weight pressing down, just sit. Easy breezy. Looking up, lifting your head and chin, taking your arms away, try to lift yourself from the floor with one easy movement. We're going to come to standing. If you have a block, we're going to do the triangle series, so the block can be helpful. So we're going to start by turning towards your left. We're going to have the block in your right hand. And we're going to step forward with your left foot. We're going to step back with your right. So both legs are going to be straight. Your back foot is turned out about 15 degrees. If you look down, there's a line between your left heel and your right heel. Unless you have a balance issue. If you have balance problems, just separate your feet, make it a wider base of support. Start with a block in your right hand and take your arms out to the sides. Lengthen your spine. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, bend forward, bringing that block to the outside of your little toe on the left. Take your left arm up to the ceiling and rotate, trying to get your chest to face the wall on the left. See if you can keep your legs straight. See if you can pull that left hip back and behind you and try to bring that right hip forward. And breathe. No struggles and no strains. If you want to progress this, just bring that block out in front of you a little bit. Start to bring your weight onto that left foot and raise your right. Or you can stay right there where you are. If you brought that leg up, go ahead and set it down. Small bend in your left knee and bring yourself back up. So same position, your left foot is forward, your right foot is back and turned out about 15 degrees. Put the block in your left hand and then turn to face your screen. The block is in your left hand. You're going to reach for the wall that's in front of you as far as you comfortably can. When you can't move any further, then windmill it down, bringing it to the inside of your right foot. Then try to get your chest to face your screen or the wall in front of you. Squeeze your legs tight and feel that stretch. And breathe. Breathe deep into the very bottom of your lungs. Find strength. And then bring your right hand down to meet your left hand and just fold forward over that left leg. Legs are straight. Pull that left hip back, that right hip forward, and breathe. Breathe deep into your belly. Exhale slowly. Small bend in your left knee and bring yourself up. We're going to do the same on the other side. So just turn your left foot forward. Turn your right foot out. Take your left foot in a little bit further so it's about 15 degrees. Your legs are spread out as wide as you like. If you want to go deeper, just spread your legs out wider. We're going to start with that block in your right hand. You're going to turn and face your right leg. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, oh, I have it in the absolute wrong hand. Sorry. I knew this was going to happen. Left hand, the block is in your left hand, your legs are straight. We're going to rotate towards your right leg and bring that block to the outside of your left foot. Rotate your right arm up to the sky and then pull your right hip back, pull your left hip forward. Feel that stretch down the back of your right leg and down the side, in what's called your iliotibial band. No struggles and no strain. If you have to have a bent knee, that's perfectly fine. You just won't get quite as much of the same stretch. If you want to progress this, take the block out in front of your right foot. Slowly put your weight into your left hand and lift your left leg. Breathe. Feel the strength in those gluteal muscles. And breathe. Let that left foot come down. Small bend in your right knee and bring yourself up. Now we're going to switch the block into your right hand. We're going to turn to face your screen. You're going to reach for the wall with your right hand or that block. When you can't go any further, you rotate it down, windmilling that block to the inside of your right ankle. And then rotate your left arm up to the sky. Further, if you want to take it down even deeper, it's perfectly fine to adjust your pose. Once you're in it, squeeze into your right leg, squeeze into your left leg. Feel the strength of the pose. No struggles and no strains. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then take your left hand down to meet your right and just fold forward over your right leg. And breathe. Squeeze those legs. Feel that strength. Small bend in your right knee and then bring it forward. Toes facing forward. Block on the floor just in front of you. Breathe. So we're going to do a couple of little forward bends. If this isn't good for your back, you can do a couple of things. You can sit down on a chair with your legs wide or even down flat on the floor and do the exact same thing. So let's bring your hands to your hips. Let's walk your feet out wider if that's available to you. Deep inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold forward. Just halfway so that your head is pointing towards the wall in front of you. As you inhale, reach your head towards the wall in front of you. As you exhale, fold forward. Let your arms drop to the floor or to your block. Let your chin come towards your chest and let everything relax. Look back in between your legs. Push the back of your knees back so they're as straight as they comfortably can be. No struggles and no strains. Breathe. Take a deep inhale. Lift your head and shoulders to a flat back. As you exhale, fold forward. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, walk both hands over to your right foot. You can take the block over there with you if you don't quite have the reach for it. You can turn your block up on a higher level to make that a little bit easier on you as well, but try to get your legs straight. Breathe. Deep inhale to your belly. As you exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, lift to a flat back, head and shoulders raising up. Exhale, folding forward. You may notice that each time you do that, you go a little bit further or with greater ease. Take a deep inhale. Move on the exhale. Both hands over to your left foot. Take your block if you'd like. And breathe. Deep inhale. Exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, lift your shoulders, lift your head. Exhale, fold forward. With a deep inhale, exhale, bringing yourself back over to the right. You have a choice here. Either stay there or take your right arm up to the sky. Push back into those knees. Bring your right hand back down to meet your left. And on your exhale, come back to the center. Breathe. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, move both hands to the left. Stay there. Or on your next exhale, rotate that left arm up to the sky. Squeeze. Bring your left hand back to meet your right and then back to the center. With your hands at the center, inhale, lift your head and shoulders. Hold further forward if it's available to you, and then slowly start to heel toe your feet together so you end up in a forward fold. No struggle or strain. Lift your sit bones towards the sky. Push the backs of your knees to the back of the room and breathe. Small bend in your knees, let your fingertips touch the floor, and then bring yourself up into chair pose. So in chair pose, your knees are bent, but your bottom is reaching back. You don't want your knees out in front of your feet. You're reaching back as if you're looking for a chair. Your toes are straight ahead. Your gaze is between your hands. Your shoulder blades are down your back. And then straighten it up. Just take your knees and straighten them for a moment. Let your neck relax. Rock it from side to side. We're going to do that chair pose 2 more times, but we're going to give you a variation as well. The variation, I'm going to show you real quick, is to, first one is to step your left foot forward, bend the knee, and bring your right ankle to rest on it. So you don't have to go here. You can stay right in your regular pose. So start by making sure that your toes are pointed straight ahead. The feet are underneath of your knees, and your knees are underneath of your hips. As you inhale, your arms rise up, your knees bend, your bottom reaches back. Then your shoulder blades try to pull back and together. Your gaze is up in between your hands. Stay there or lift your right ankle and bring it to rest on your left knee. So this is not an easy one, but it's a balance pose. It's a hip strengthener. It's a hip stretcher. And then release, letting your arms straighten, coming back up. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Take a deep inhale, your arms rise up, your shoulder blades together, your bottom reaches behind you as if you're looking for a chair. And breathe. Take yourself deeper here, or lift your left ankle and rest it on your right knee. And breathe. Slowly release, bringing your hands to heart center. Walk your feet gently apart. We're going to make our way down to the floor through the squat. If squat is too much for your knees, just go ahead and lie down onto your back. It's perfectly fine. Both hands are at the center of your chest in a prayer position. Slowly start to drop down so your elbows come between your knees. So then try to walk your toes forward. You can use a block here. If you can't quite make it to the floor, if this is too much, set the block underneath of your bottom. Now try to bring your shoulders back, your chest up. Feel that opening in your hips and close your eyes for a moment. Breathe. Breathe deep into your belly. Exhale slowly. And then slowly bring your hands to the sides of the floor. Slowly straighten one leg out at a time. So you're sitting in long sitting, your toes pulled back, the backs of your knees pushed down into the floor. Lift your chest and then slowly lower down onto your back. Once you're flat to your back, just take a small Shavasana. Just let your arms drop out, let your feet drop out. Let everything just acclimate to the floor. Release any tension, release any holding. And breathe. We're going to inhale your arms up to the ceiling, filling the lungs to the bottom. Exhale into the floor behind you. Breathe. Take a deep inhale, reach back with the fingertips, reach forward with your heels, stretching along the length of your back. As you exhale, pull your left knee into your chest. Let both hands come to rest on your left knee, drawing it into your chest. And then letting your shoulders relax and letting your jaw relax. Breathing deeply. Releasing your left arm out to the side like half of the letter T. You're holding that left knee in your right hand. As you exhale, slowly rotate, bringing that left knee across your body towards the right. If it doesn't bother your neck, turn your head to look at your left arm. And breathe. Breathe into the places that feel tight or restricted. Imagine expanding them with your breath. You can stay right there, or you can wrap a strap around the bottom of your left foot, or grab the big toe of your left foot with the first two fingers of your right hand and then straighten that leg all the way out. This is an option. You don't have to go there. Breathe. Breathe into that left hip. Feel it. If you have that leg straight, go ahead and bend it and then roll back onto your back. But leave your left foot right on the outside of your right leg. And then gently let your left knee drop towards the floor. So you're in a figure four position. Your left ankle rested right above your right knee. As you inhale, let your arms rise up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let them fall to the floor behind you. Reach back with your fingertips. Reach forward with that right heel, lengthening. As you exhale, draw that right knee and that left ankle into your chest. Your hands come behind your right thigh and gently pull it into your chest. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. No struggles and no strains. Breathe. You can straighten your right leg up if you'd like, pulling the toes down, reaching that heel up, getting a little bit more stretch on that right hamstring. Feel that left hip. You can stay here right where you are, or as you exhale, lift your head and shoulders, walking up your hands up to the back of your right calf. Breathe. slowly lowering down your shoulders and your head, bending your right knee, let it coming to the floor. Let both arms drop out to the side like half of the letter T. As you exhale, let your left leg just slide over your right and gently let both knees drop over towards your left. Turn your head to the right if it doesn't bother your neck. So this is a little bit deeper stretch of your iliotibial band and what's called your quadratus lumborum, a muscle that's way up here in the side of your hip, just below your rib cage. And breathe. Deep into your belly. Exhale slowly. One more deep inhale here. With the exhale, slowly bring yourself to a flat back. Uncross your legs. Let both legs drop down to the floor, flat. Inhaling your arms to the ceiling, lengthening. Exhale, drop them to the floor behind you. Inhale, reach back with your fingers, reach forward with the heels. Exhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Both hands hold behind the thigh. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Releasing your right hand out to the side, just holding your right knee with your left hand. With an exhale, slowly draw your right knee across your body towards the left for a small spinal twist. Turn your head to the right if it doesn't bother your neck. And breathing. Staying right here, we're wrapping the strap around the bottom of your right foot or grabbing onto the big toe of your right foot, straightening that right leg out if that's available to you. Try not to push, try not to force. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. As you exhale, melt. No struggles, no strains. If you have that leg straight, go ahead and bend it and then roll back so that your back is flat, but your right foot remains on the outside of your left knee. And then let your right knee drop towards the floor. Figure 4 position. Your right ankle resting just above your left knee. Inhaling your arms up to the ceiling. Exhaling them to the floor behind you. Inhaling, reaching back with your fingertips, reaching forward with the heel. Exhaling, drawing that left knee and that right ankle into your chest. Your hands float down behind the left thigh, drawing that knee and that ankle in closer, letting your shoulders relax, letting your jaw relax, feeling that deep stretch in that right hip. So this is also a modification of the pigeon pose. If we ever do pigeon, not today, but if we ever do pigeon and it feels like it's too much for your knees, you can get the exact same hip stretch by doing it this way without struggle or strain. Straighten that left leg out if you'd like. Pull the toes down and reach the heel up. Breathe. Feel the stretch in the hamstring. Feel the stretch in the right hip. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, either stay right where you are or lift your head and shoulders, walking your hands up to the back of your left calf. And breathing. Slowly lowering your head and shoulders back down to the ground. Bend your left knee, let your left foot come to the floor. Take your arms out to the side like the letter T. Your right leg slides over your left, and then both drop to the right. Turn your head to the left if it doesn't bother your neck. Breathe. Breathe deep into the areas that feel tight or restricted. As you exhale, melt. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly roll back onto your back. Uncross your legs. Let's leave both knees bent, both feet flat. We're going to finish with the happy baby. So you have a couple of ways of doing this. You can either pull your knees to your chest, hold one hand behind each knee and draw your knees down to your chest, or you can reach your hands up to the little toe side of each of your feet, push your back down into the floor so your sacrum, the last bone, touches down, and then gently push your knees out towards your armpits. Try not to roll up like a bug, try to keep it nice and flat, and then if you'd like, rock from side to side. And breathe. No strain, no struggle, no pinching, and no pain. And then slowly release your feet back down to the ground. Straighten your legs out one at a time and prepare for final relaxation. So remember, in final relaxation, it's about finding a position where you can let go of all considerations, all thoughts, all effort, all trying. So if you're cold, grab a blanket. If your back bothers you with your legs out straight, slide a pillow underneath of them. And breathe. So your chin should be pointing down your chest. You can slide a pillow underneath of your head. You can prop it up on a yoga block, but see if you can get a neutral position in your neck. And then start to bring your awareness to your breath. Inhaling through your nose to the very bottom of your lungs. As you exhale, releasing all tension, allowing your body to just melt into the floor or into your mat. I'm going to ask you to bring attention to just one body part. The weight of your head on the floor. See if you can bring all of your focus and attention just to the sensation of your head as it lies on the floor. Then gently tuck your chin and lightly push the back of your head into the floor. Feel the tension in those muscles that you're creating by gently pushing your head back. Feel those muscles. Feel the tension, and then let it go. And feel the relaxation in comparison to the tension. So oftentimes I ask people to relax and they say, I am relaxed. And I look and I'm like, no, everything's still tight. It's not because they don't know how to relax, it's just that they don't have the consciousness to realize that they're not relaxed. They don't know what it feels like. So by contrasting a tension to relaxation, you start to teach your body what it feels like to be relaxed. Shift the attention to the weight of your shoulder blades on the floor. So you can bring all of your attention just to the weight of your shoulders as they touch the floor. And then lightly tuck your chin and gently push your head back into the floor. Gently draw your shoulder blades together so that your chest puffs up just a little bit. Squeeze it tight. Feel the tension in your shoulders. Feel the tension in your neck. And then release. Feel the relaxation in comparison. Shift your attention to the backs of your hands as they lie on the floor. Just the weight of your hands. Let that be your sole focus for just a moment. Gently tuck your chin towards your chest and lightly push your head into the floor. Draw your shoulder blades gently together and then curl your hands into a fist. Wrap your thumbs around it. Feel the fingers as they press into that fist. Feel the skin as it stretches over your knuckles. Feel the tension in your arms and your shoulder and your neck. Squeeze it all just a little bit more. And then let it go. Feel that relaxation as it rushes in to replace the tension that you've created. Shift your attention to your low back where it touches the floor. If your mind wanders, becomes distracted, just gently bring it back to that body part. low back as it touches the floor. And then gently tuck your chin towards your chest. Lightly push your head back into the floor. Draw your shoulder blades together. Curl your fingers into a fist. Wrap your thumbs around it. Pull your belly to your spine. Push your back into the floor and squeeze your gluteal muscles. Feel the tension in your entire upper body. Squeeze it all just a little tighter. Make it as tense as you possibly can, and then let it all go. Let your breath return. Feel the ease. And then shift your attention to your feet. The weight of your feet on the floor, or the temperature of the air on your skin, whatever sensation draws your attention to your feet. If you become distracted or your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to the sensations at your feet. And gently chuck your chin towards your chest. Lightly push your head into the floor behind you. Draw your shoulder blades together. Curl your hands into a fist. Wrap your thumbs around it. Pull your belly to your spine. Push your back to the floor. Squeeze your gluteal muscles and then curl your toes under. Squeeze every muscle in your body from the tip of your toes to the top of your head, creating tension in your entire body. Squeeze it all just a little tighter. And then let it all go. Let your body become still. Let your body become heavy. Imagine yourself just melting into the floor, allowing all effort to be released to gravity. Let your mind come to stillness. Notice any thought, notice any distractions, but choose not to attach to them. Choose not to tell yourself a story about them. Simply let them go. Bring your focus back to stillness. Bring your focus back to breath. And then we'll slowly start to bring your attention back to your body, just wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, feeling this small joints move. Spread your fingers apart. Spread your toes apart. Feel the space between your fingers. Feel the space between your toes. Curl your fingers into a fist. Curl your toes under and feel the skin as it gently stretches over your knuckles, as it stretches over the tops of your feet. And then let your hands and your feet relax. As you inhale, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, slide your arms down your mat as if you were trying to touch the bottom of your mat. Feel that stretch in your shoulders, your upper trapezius, all the way to your ears. And then let your shoulders relax. Gently let your head begin to rock from side to side on the floor. Letting the muscles around your neck and your bones start to feel some movement, some awareness. And let your head come to rest wherever it finds itself comfortable. Take a deep inhale. Let your arms rise up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let your arms fall back to the floor behind you. As you inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with the heels of your feet, and just feel that stretch along the length of your body like a yawn first thing in the morning. Just let your body move in whatever way feels good. And then with an exhale, bring your knees towards your chest, let your arms float down to wrap around it. Just gently rocking from side to side if you like, letting your shoulders relax, letting your jaw relax, letting the floor work the spine and the muscles around it. And then when you're ready, roll onto your right side. Lying in a fetal position with your knees pulled up towards your chest, your head supported with your hands made into a pillow or an actual pillow or a yoga block. Just bring your awareness back to your breath for a moment. One deep inhale through your nose to the bottom of your lungs. Feel the expansion. With the exhale, feel the air as it leaves your body, as it exits warmed across the back of your throat, across your upper lip. And then when you're ready, find yourself in an easy seated position. Pushing yourself up to a spinal position that's at ease. Just take a moment to close your eyes and feel those hips that we just spent the last hour working on. See if they feel like they just are easier to get in this position or feel revitalized. Just paying attention. Letting the backs of your hands come to rest on the tops of your knees. Take a deep lengthening inhale, the top of your head reaching towards the ceiling. As you exhale, see if you can hold that tall and lengthened posture with ease. Take another deep inhale. With an exhale, let your hands come into heart center, palms pressed together, thumbs against your chest. Gently let your chin drop down. You guys did a great job once again. Namaste, and have a wonderful day. So thank you so much for coming every week and practicing. Hopefully you're all now hippie chicks. Hip, hip. Bad joke. Anyway, this week's charity, if you can afford to do that, is or make a donation to that, is the Poverello Center. Poverello Center is a food bank that has been operational.